The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rogers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rogers team in the hope that it'll be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rogers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rogers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rogers. I am the show pony, David Rogers, alongside Michael Heater, filling in for Mitchell Gunner and Byron Bagwell. Great to have you with this Tuesday evening. Tonight's show is sponsored by the Fantastic Fire Brigade. Have a real fire engine or ladder truck or both. Come out to your special event. Kids, teens, adults, corporate events, tailgating. One call does it all. Find the Fantastic Fire Brigade on Facebook or at www.fantasticfire.com. Fantasticfire.com.
There you go.
Let's get the show started as we always do with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic quote of the night. Let us pray. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once thank again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that you allow us to do this show, dear Lord, as we bring the information from all around, dear Lord, to all of our viewers. Let our viewers decide what they may do with it, dear Lord. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, dear Lord, the United States of America, the most powerful and freest country in the world today. Thank you for our armed forces, each and every one of those young men and women that are out there each and every day protecting our rights, our freedoms, also from domestic and international terrorism. Thank you for our first responders, each and every one of those, dear Lord, that are protecting our safety each and every night where we can go to sleep, dear Lord, that we know we're safe from the enemy within and without, dear Lord. Also, thank you for the food that we receive each and every day. It goes into the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Thank you for just again letting us have the show. Any spoken or unspoken prayer requests that anybody may have, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them. You're the ultimate healer, the ultimate comforter, dear Lord. Thank you. And just touch each and every one of them. Again, thank you for letting us have a great day and a great night and a great rest of the week. And thank you again for letting us do this show. We ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says, Amen. Let us stand for our pledge.
All right.
And I'm going to ask somebody different today. I'm going to ask Mr. Dave Holland if he'd lead us in our pledge.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
All right.
All right. Again, thank you for joining in On the Spot with David Rogers. I'm your host, David Rogers, right alongside Mr. Michael Heater. And in the back there with the lovely hair is Mr. Dave Holland, owner of Harry Business, producing our show and bringing you all these beautiful graphics. Got a couple of quotes of the day, night, and week, gentlemen.
Very good.
I'll start with you guys, and y'all can play in as well, anybody that's watching.
I like it.
I got one.
Okay.
The difference between ordinary and extraordinary, Dave, is that little extra. A famous coach said that. Coach college and pro. So the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra.
Yeah.
College and pro.
Mm-hmm.
College and pro.
Football.
Football.
College and pro football.
That sounds like something Steve Spurrier would say.
That is a very great guess.
I'm gonna say Lou Holtz.
Boy, that was two good guesses, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'll probably would have guessed one of those. Actually, that was Jimmy Johnson that said that. The great Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, the
Miami
difference.
and Dallas. Yeah, okay.
The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Jimmy Johnson. Mitchell Gunner said Vince Lombardi, which is not a bad guess as well.
That's true. That's a good one too.
All right, I've got one more.
Okay.
Never put off until tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. This is a famous writer back in the day. Went by a couple of names. That'll give you a hint right there. So never put off until tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow.
A writer.
George Bernard Shaw.
That was a very good guess.
I was going to say David Rogers.
Well, I was a writer back in the day. Yeah. So
Guess I'm going to go with Hemingway.
nice guess, both of you, man. But these are great guesses. I'm telling you. That was Mark Twain that said that.
That was my.
Samuel L.
That's what I was.
Was
trying
you about
get
to say
my-
that?
Missed it by a little extra.
Yes. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you what. That was 4 good guesses, and then Mitchell's guess was good as well. So that's
there
our
you
quotes
go.
of the night. And Michael, somebody asked me if we could put the quotes of the night onto our Facebook page. And I told them, we could. I think that we could do that.
probably
So
do that.
we would have to give them to you to do that.
Sure.
But I'll make sure that we give you those.
That works, Dave.
So, hey, don't go anywhere because here comes the local news and weather as we jump right in to the round table.
Hey Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
This is the all-new roundtable. We go around the region and around the table with the latest news and notes. Brought to you by Harry Business in the Deerfoot Plaza, home of the $10 haircut. Call Dave and Company at 904-964-3338. And look what he'll give you right here, if you ask for it.
That'll work.
Sure,
Hey, Dave,
man.
Dave, we start off the roundtable with some breaking news that's coming in from Baker County, the Glen St. Mary area. Law enforcement reports at County Road 139 and Richard Farmer Road. Apparently, a vehicle has struck 3 pedestrians that was walking down the road at that intersection. One patient is critically injured and is being flown out by helicopter to a hospital in Jacksonville. 2 other people are also injured. It's a very active scene around that area. The helicopter has cleared, but there's a very heavy law enforcement presence. If you're traveling through Glen St. Mary and you're in that area of Richard Farmer Road, best you avoid the area if possible.
Great deal, Mike. Thank you for that update. We jump to Union County where the search for a murder suspect continues following a shooting over the weekend. 56-year-old Anthony George, who deputies say should be considered armed and dangerous, killed 1 man and critically injured his wife Saturday evening in Lake Butler. The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Unit is joining the search. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of Anthony George should call the Union County Sheriff's Office at 386-496-2501. And please do not approach him. Again, please do not approach him. Mike, before we go to the next story, one of me and you were talking about this story a little bit.
Right.
I've known Anthony George probably for 25 years.
Right.
Used to work with him over at CMC. If that gentleman was to walk in the door right now not knowing what the story is, you'd think he was the nicest guy in the world. So, things happen, for reasons. And I urge, if Anthony is listening to mine and Michael and Dave's voice and Cece's voice here, please do the right thing, Anthony, and turn yourself in. I can guarantee you will get treated fairly. You're going to get, if a trial or whatever, you'll get your due justice. I can tell you that, and you'll have your day in court, and that's what this is all about.
That's exactly
So
right.
please, Anthony, if you're in listening distance of this, please turn yourself in.
Exactly.
Up to Clay County, where 2 young girls, ages 10 and 13, died following a traffic crash on US 301 and County Road 218 between Lottie and Baldwin on Saturday after a concrete truck rear-ended a van carrying 6 people from Canada. Northbound lanes were blocked for hours due to this horrific crash.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes. Over to Suwannee County, where deputies found 62-year-old Cinda South dead in her Live Oak home from multiple gunshot wounds yesterday morning. Investigators say 2 people have of interest. 34-year-old Kevin Wade and 38-year-old Brenda Wade were found dead in a car in Lake City and almost died from gunshot wounds a short time later. All parties knew each other, and there are no other suspects, nor is there any threat to the community. The investigation is continuing. Right. Michael, what do you have for us?
Well, hey, the Bradford County Sheriff's Office is resuming its town hall meetings beginning March 28th. The first one will be at the Keystone RV Park on State Road 100 outside of Keystone Heights. Sheriff Smith will be highlighting his accomplishments for the past year as well as his vision for the future, and some additional schedules are going to be posted on the Sheriff's Office Facebook page.
Well, down to Marion County, where the Sheriff's Office said a couple from Ocala that left their home to visit family in South Florida never arrived, have been located, and are now safe. Wendell and Joan Christ left home in Ocala to meet family in Fort Lauderdale, but never arrived.
Yeah, apparently they made it back home safely, which is good.
Which is a good thing.
Hey, plans for the new Brooker Community School that's been on the talking points for some time now has been pushed back. The charter school, expected to open in fall for K through 5, will not open until August of next year, 2023, according to Patsy Poland. This is to assure that both the facility is upgraded and the staff are of the highest quality. And finally, the Kiwanis Club of Stark is hosting a Good Friday golf tournament. For those of us that like to hack and tear up the grass,
we can do that.
We can do that. Hey, it's going to be on Friday, April 15th at the Stark Golf and Country Club. Shotgun start begins at 8:30 a.m. The format will be a 4-man scramble, and it's only $50 per person for a 4-person team.
Are we putting a team in? Are you golfing with anybody?
I can.
You want to golf on the spot? Me, you, and Dave, and Byron, or Mitchell, or somebody?
We could probably put something like that together.
You think we can?
I think we.
I'd like to play.
I think it would be good. And what the best part is, we can go ahead and we'll check the extended forecast on the weather and see if we can see what we can do about making sure that it's going to happen for us.
Well, now here's your weather forecast from Austin Stevens Weather Service. What do you got for us, Big Mike?
Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started here. The forecast is pretty straightforward, and it's looking like we're going to end up having some strong to severe storms moving through the area tomorrow. So Wednesday and through Thursday. The concern for North Florida is going to be damaging winds, some hail, an isolated tornado is possible. And in fact, I'm concerned about some heavy downpours that's going to bring in some localized flooding. Now, we'll get more into that in a second, but the big one that everyone likes to talk about, it's pollen. Check out these numbers for us like that. Today, 10.4, the Oak is really tearing up people like that. Tomorrow, the numbers are going to drop, and Thursday, it's going to be pretty decent because of all the rain that's moving through. Unfortunately, with Oak, it doesn't last long. It starts shooting right back up. So we're looking at 10.4 again on Saturday. The good news is Saturday is going to be a beautiful day, but we got to make it through the next several days to get there. As you can see, the regional forecast, you'll see how we have the frontal boundary that's moving through the area, and this is an actual showing you, this is tomorrow at 11 a.m. This is the projected radar. You can see how the storms are making their way across the panhandle of Florida. Right now, the rain is in New Orleans. They're seeing thunderstorms in New Orleans, and that line stretching all the way up to Tuscaloosa and headed up towards Atlanta. That rain will continue to move towards the east and the southeast, bringing us a chance of some severe weather as we move through the day tomorrow and into Thursday. Temperatures are pretty decent, though. An 88 high in Tampa tomorrow, but only 62 degrees in New Orleans after that frontal boundary moves through. So for us, locally, what we're looking at is that storm moves in tomorrow afternoon. So a little bit of sunshine in the morning, highs of 82 degrees, but the temperature starts to drop. Thunderstorms hit and last into the overnight hours. It'll start to clear out on Thursday afternoon, and by Friday, partly cloudy, and I'm talking beautiful conditions. Check out the high. Friday and Saturday highs of in the 70s, lows in the upper 40s. It is going to be beautiful weather, and as you can see, gorgeous sunshine for the weekend. It's going to be a spectacular day. But again, the risk is going to be for the chance of some severe storms along I-10 and maybe a little bit towards the north, but don't rule out anything to the south of us. A line from Gainesville through Stark to Jacksonville could be in that slight risk area. So we're looking at the possibility of damaging winds, heavy downpours, localized flooding is a possibility there. For those of you that are on spring break, Bradford County, pay attention. If you're going to the beach, there was a moderate risk of rip currents today. Tomorrow, it's a high risk. Southerly winds are going to be pushing ahead of that front, and it's going to cause some significant rip current concerns on the Atlantic coast. So make sure that you pay attention to lifeguards, watch yourself, and know what to do if you do get caught out in the surf. Small craft advisory offshore Wednesday into Wednesday night because of those gusterly southerly winds. And of course, the minor river flooding is continuing along the Santa Fe and St. Mary's rivers. The good news is for Bradford County, the water levels along Alligator Creek, Sampson River, and those areas are starting to drop. So it looks like the imminent threat of flooding has passed for the time being. We'll see what happens as we move through with this amount of rain. The torrential rainfall that we're looking at tomorrow could be 1, 2, even 2.5 inches of rain in some localized areas. We'll just have to pay attention to see what happens. That, my friend, is the latest from Austin's Weather Service.
Wow, that's a great weather report, Mike. Appreciate that. And again, just be careful, as you're traveling, especially tomorrow, Mike. You said there's going to be some chance of heavy downpour of rains and things like that.
Yeah,
and then once that goes away, man, it looks like a wonderful weekend, which I've got a couple of things I want to talk about here later on that will be coming up. So, let's go talk about trivia. We have 2 trivia nights here in Stark. You have one on Wednesday night that is hosted by Mr. Michael Hitter. Then we have one on Thursday. That's at Fun Point. And Thursday night at the Downtown Grill in Stark. Yes. Now, somebody told me, are you canceling trivia this Wednesday?
I am not canceling trivia. It might be a little wet, but we are not canceling trivia.
Okay.
It's
tell them what we're having at Wednesday.
So, for those of you that don't make it out to trivia, you really ought to come out. We've got some amazing games that we play. We have a lot of fun with it. Of course, we have appetizer poker. We play poker. A winning poker hand at the end of the night wins a free appetizer. Little something kind of what you do, like that one. And we have some fantastic categories. We have, one of our favorite is you got to be kidding. That's where we take a really crazy, stupid law still on the books in the United States. I give you the law, you give me the state. It's not as difficult as you may think it is. And a brand new category that was a huge hit last week. We're doing it again. Name That Tune is coming back into the trivia arena. We're going to be having a lot of fun with that one. I pick a number one song. Could be country, could be a television theme song from a number one show, could be a movie theme from a number one movie. Who knows? No idea. But it's a number one song. I give you the year, I give you the song, you have to name that tune. Some bonus questions thrown in there, might include the artist or anything like that one, but it's a lot of fun. We always have a great time with trivia. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. sharp at Fun Point.
All right, the only thing difference on Thursday it starts at 7:30 and it is at the Downtown Grill. And we have some different things that we do. One of them is, and the answer is, and I'm fixing to give that to you here in just a couple of minutes. But Mike, we've instituted a couple of things back. True or false is back. So the true or false category, everybody's like, hey, where's the true or false category? True or false is back. Hey, we've incorporated more visuals. So like famous objects, famous cities. I'll put up a city up there or whatever. We had that last week. And another category that I came up with. Have you ever watched that show? And I love it. It's called Match Game.
Oh, I love
You ever
Match
watched
Game.
Match Game?
I love Match Game.
So we're going to do a category called Match Game.
Really?
So I'm going to give you blank. Let's just use blank gazer. Gazer. Blank gazer. Okay. So you're going to, I've got bonus points. So if you get the top answer out of the 100 people that are surveyed on that or whatever the survey says. So let's say the top answer is star.
Sure.
Stargazer.
Stargazer.
So if you get the top answer in that first, you'll get your 5 points.
Nice.
So second answer, you get your 3 points and 1 point. If you get them all, you get 5, 3, or 5, 2, and 2. Excuse me. So you'll get the 5 and then the 2 and the 2 as a bonus. So that's an easy 9 points.
Wow,
so
very cool.
Let's say, but you have to in that first one, Mike, in the first answer, you have to have the top answer to get that. If you don't have the top answer,
you don't get
then you get just 2.
Makes sense.
You just get 2 points, but you're still going to get 6 points either way if you get the other 3. So it's called Match Game. So we're going to have that.
I like that.
And we may later on. We talked about this. Doing a swap. What do we call it? What are we going to call that? Swap.
We're doing a little exchange of trivia questions.
Exchange or swap.
So what's going to happen is that on 1 week we'll have his category, one of his trivia questions, and I'll have one of mine. And the following week we're going to swap them
Swap.
out. So a question
Exactly.
from previous, his question from previous week is what I'm going to be featuring. A question I have from previous week is going to be on his feature. If you come to both trivias, it's easy points.
Easiest points you get.
Easiest point you get. Well, second easiest points you get. The easiest point you're going to get is coming up right now, and the answer is.
And the answer is for Thursday night team trivia. If you come at 7:30 and join myself, is wind. How about that, Dave? The wind. W-I-N-D. Hey, Mike, we've come up with all kinds of things. That could be wind instrument.
Could be.
Hey, it could be anything. It could be wind.
It could be a local radio station in North Florida. Wind FM. There's
Wind
no
FM.
telling.
No telling.
But clearly, wind is
Yeah.
going to be the answer for. The answer is for
Yeah.
Thursday night team trivia at the downtown.
And you know what the funny thing is, Mike? You don't even have to be watching a show to get that. All you got to do is know when to go get it. Right? We usually do that in round 4 category. I'll tell you about it. And guess what? Hey, you can go the day of that night of the show and trivia and go and pull it right up. So there you go. So anyway, it's wind. So hopefully you will be able to get that.
I like it.
All
I
right.
like it.
Here's everyone's favorite segment that brings back a little
Love this.
history. Brought to you by our great media partners. WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM. Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Vellis.
I may
My
say,
boss
Yes.
on Friday nights, and now Byron's boss on Friday nights. And you're going to be doing a couple little things for him as well.
I am very pleased to say that I am now a part of the WEAG family. I'll be doing some voiceovers,
Voiceovers?
and some recordings on that starting this week as well. So I'm looking forward to joining the WEAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM in Stark family.
There you go. In the Bradford County Telegraph, John Miller, John Ryan Tillman, Mark Crawford, and of course Cliff Smelly. Here's what's the date. These are the headlines from the Bradford Telegraph during the third week of March in what year? 100 years of service, American Legion March Centennial. BHS Academy will introduce students to teaching, and Bradford loses educator and leader. Was that March of 2018, March of 2019, or March of 2020? Remember, that's the third week of 100 years of service, American Legion March Centennial. BHS Academy will introduce students to teaching, and Bradford loses educator and leader. Was that March of 2018, March of 2019, or March of 2020? Mike, I'll read the first one.
All right.
You can read the second one. I'll read the third one.
Sounds good to me.
The achievements of the National American Legion Organization Local Post 56 were celebrated as part of the annual Green on the Green Festival in downtown Stark, Florida. As the American Legion celebrated its 100 years of service, the Bradford Post 56 turns 100 in 2023.
Yeah, hard to believe that already.
Yes.
Hey, Bradford High School students were offered a chance to take courses towards becoming instructors and teachers. The credits earned are transferable to any university in the state of Florida, and just passing one course a semester means a BHS student could graduate with 12 credits towards an education degree.
And the community mourned the passing of Jesse Moore, a 1950 graduate of RJE, Bradford County's historic black high school. Moore became assistant principal and principal before becoming the first African-American to hold the office of assistant superintendent. His career in education culminated in his election to the school board. Wow, nice stuff there for you to ponder and think about. 100 years of service, American Legion March Centennial. BHS Academy will introduce students to teaching, and Bradford loses educator and leader, and now, of course, that was Jesse Moore. Was that March of 2018, March of 2019, or March of 2020? All right, let's check some comments and things that's going on. Gail Allen, thank you for joining us. Devin Wheeler, Jimmy Sparks of Lake City. How you doing, brother? Roy Jackson. He likes Kansas, by the way. Just to let you know, he told me to tell you. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
Tommy Brown, what's up? Mitchell Gunner said Vince Lombardi a while ago. Great answer. Marvin Tomlinson, how you doing? Janet Rolls on. Melissa Cribbs. Becky Knights. Billy Jackson. The model, Sharon Pettiford. Good evening, gentlemen. What a violent world we live in. Absolutely. We'll talk about that a little bit.
we will.
Amy King Hutton is watching. CC Marie is with us. Mitchell Gunner, we are missing you. Almost wore a fake goatee and stood in for you. Actually, CC, I don't miss Mitchell Gunner one bit. Trent Bryant, John Garner, Nicole Garner Knight. Sharon Pettiford says, Michael, sorry to bring this up, but Ed still does not have his $25 gift certificate.
I need to get, and I will apologize because I've been by twice and didn't see anybody there, and that's my fault. But yes, I will absolutely get that to you.
Definitely. He's got it.
And I do have it. It's sitting right in the center console. I've got it. I just got to get it to you. I promise that will happen.
Yeah, we will get that to you, no doubt about that. That's for sure. So, and we've also got to get Mr. Dwight House. Remember for me to get that as well.
Dwight as well. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I was only kidding with you, Mitchell. I just had to say that because CC was in. She's sort of filling in for you.
Yeah.
All right. Phil Jackson says 2019. Roy Jackson says 2020. Any other guesses? Let's go back to the back of the table because I can't ask Michael. CC, 18, 19, or 20?
I'm going to say 18.
Good job. 18. David?
It's a total guess.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2020.
All right. I'm going to say 2019.
Okay.
So we all got different guesses, which is good. That's a good thing. So, anybody else got a guess here? John Garner, thank you for joining us all the way from Pagula, Mississippi, my hometown, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Thank you for joining us. Any other guesses right here, ladies and gentlemen? Don't cost you a thing to play because guess what? If you get it right, you get your name put into a drawing in Michael Stick's fire hat. Are we using sticks?
Oh, well, we're going to use
Okay, we're going to use sticks. We're going to use sticks. We're going to put all the names in, and at the end of the month, actually, the first week in April is when we draw for
That's
that, right?
correct. The first show in April.
First show in April.
Yep.
We will draw for that, and somebody will win a $25 gift certificate, CC, to the Downtown Grill.
Yes, indeed.
Your choice.
I love the Downtown Grill.
Do you really?
They are
I try to go
really
there every Thursday.
I know you do. I know you do.
They are good.
Hey, we need to go to Fun Point, too, by the way.
I
When
will.
is trivia night? Remind me.
Wednesday.
Wednesday night at Fun Point, Thursday night
Thursday.
at the
Grill.
Downtown
My
Grill.
boss is watching the show. Will you tell him I need off early on Wednesday?
Okay, so
Yeah, absolutely. We can tell.
we'll do you one better
Oh.
than that. Hey, boss, don't give CC the Wednesday night off. Bring her with you, and the whole team comes down to compete for Wednesday
Well,
night.
there you
Yes!
go.
At Fun
oh my
Point.
gosh, he's
There you
probably
go.
really good at that too because
Yeah, he's not bad.
Everything.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Then
Just
you
come
can
on
turn
down.
around and come back on Thursday.
There you go. Perfect. Hey, and by the way, for those of you
Win-win.
And
There you
and
go.
while trivia is, and I will say that truthfully, that's a fantastic. I mean, honestly, it's the best trivia around. But Thursday's good too, and I will tell you that the wait staff at the grill, I may be a little biased, but Jamie and Jessica, they're great.
They're great. Yeah.
Just throwing it out
and,
there.
and now we're missing Hoo there because she's going to school.
Oh, that's right. Yes, indeed.
Who's
Yeah.
what's her name? Paxson.
Paxson.
Yeah,
That's gone,
Paxson.
that's right, Paxson.
Yep, gone.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, here we go. More guesses, Mike.
Okay,
More
okay.
guesses.
Let me hear. Oh, go ahead.
Tammy Testone says 2020. Jody Antis says 2018.
Should we stop right there?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
1,
2.
3.
Hello, Alvy.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
So Sharon Pettiford, the model, says 2019. Tammy Testone says 2020.
Okay.
Jody Antis, not happening.
I'm not getting off early.
No, not happening.
Bring her with you and just come to trivia.
Yeah. Hey,
Tax
but hey,
off.
it was like not happening. Click, 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 click. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Make it any Wednesday, even if it's 2 weeks down the road. Give her a Wednesday.
Yeah, come on.
All right. Kevin Ketchley's watching. Jeff Riggins is watching, who is assisting me at my job there.
Beautiful.
And of course, Jody's laughing his tail off. So, all right, or her tail.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Anyway, so we have 18, 20, and 19.
Right.
You had some other guesses here.
We got-
so,
yeah, we got a few from here.
you know what I've seen on tonight? It's Mrs. Bagwell.
I have not, but I believe they are. I believe they're. In
No, they're
transit.
back.
Oh,
They're
they're
back.
back?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
back.
wow.
'Cause, yeah, she hit me up. They're back.
Oh, good. Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, tax write-offs. Yeah, you got that right. Hey, we don't care how you do it. Hey, just do it. There you go.
Exactly
All
right.
right, Mike, I think everybody's in.
I think so.
So let's wait for it. And the answer is
Boom.
2019. David Rogers, a winner again.
Yes.
We're not surprised.
Yes.
Of course, you're not surprised.
There we go.
I'm gonna let you guess first next time.
Now, is that instead of me throwing it, you want me to guess and then throw it back? Okay, there you
It
go.
works.
That works. So anyway,
what's
2019, we had several, Michael,
Yeah, we
that
did.
said that your name's going in a half for that
That's
$25
exactly
gift
right.
certificate.
Yes, it is.
All right. So, hey, thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey, Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
Glad to have you back, guys. We're on the spot with David Rogers on this beautiful Tuesday night. I'm your host, David Rogers. Sitting in for Mitchell Gunner and Byron Bagwell is Mr. Michael Heater. Controls back there, doing all the producing of the show, Mr. Dave Holland. And, of course, our co-host for On the Spot Motorsports with David Rogers, CC Marie's in the house. I'm going to bring her on here in just a few minutes. We're going to talk about a couple of little things that'll be coming our way. But the first thing I want to talk about is Race Wars USA will be hosting a car show and several racing classes at Gainesville Raceway this Sunday, March the 27th. Gates will open at 8 a.m.
Hey, you know what? That's not the only car show coming to town. Don't forget that the Strawberry Festivals, April 2nd and 3rd, coming to the Bradford County Fairgrounds. On April 2nd, Mitchell's orchestrating a car show to be held there. It's going to be on the north end of the complex. Kind of on the back side. You can get to it from the main entrance, but more likely if you're coming in to see the car show, you're better to come in at the Riding Club entrance on the north side of the fairgrounds. A lot of cars are going to be on display here. If you're more into the larger giant red trucks that carry a lot of ladders and flashing red lights, there's going to be one of those there too, located up near the front. It'll happen to be flying the Great American Flag located at the front there, but a big turnout of vintage and antique cars. It's going to be a beautiful day for that on April 2nd.
And that's not the only car show going on.
That's right.
A benefit car show for Amanda Milson, this Saturday, March 26th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Florida Cracker Kitchen. Miss Milson is the daughter of car enthusiast Dauber Milson of Keystone Heights, Florida, and she is fighting stage 4 cancer. Yes. So we're doing this benefit for her. We're hoping the car community can come out and support this cause. Entry fee, CC, is $20 per vehicle. We're going to have a 50-50 drawing. Also, there's going to be an award ceremony that you're going to be part of. And also, 2 bands. If you want any more information, contact Mitchell Gunner. You can catch him on the Spot Motorsports with David Rogers. You can catch him on his Facebook. You can catch him on Messenger, or contact CC Marie at the same place. They'll make sure they get the information back to you. But that car show, and by the way, there's going to be 2 bands there.
Yes.
One on one end, one on the other, playing. So it should be a great time for 3 hours. Come out and support a really good benefit.
That's exactly right. And you know what? Hey, we're glad to hear about any special events going on in the community. In fact, you can reach out to us and let us know what your event is, and we will get it on the show for you right here. On the spot, 32091 at gmail.com. I said on the spot. There we go, right there.
There we go, right there.
On the spot, 32091 at gmail.com. There we go.
On April the 2nd, 3rd, as Mike just said, is the 24th annual Bradford County Strawberry Festival. Right. What I've heard, the sweetest strawberries this side of heaven.
Yes, indeed.
Plant City, out.
Yep.
Hey,
Pack 'em.
Pack them. You can go. Hey, you know they produce more strawberries because they got more acres than we do.
That's
you
true.
know, there's only, 2 or 3 players here in Bradford County that's
is
growing
correct.
all those strawberries.
That is correct.
There's plenty of players down in Plant City.
That's true.
And I can tell you, Dave, I will put a paycheck on it that is the sweetest strawberries this side of heaven.
Absolutely.
So make sure you go out there. Again, Michael just said it. We'll feature a car show on Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. to around 1 p.m. Vendors will also be on site with all kinds of goodies. Oh, and don't forget those sweet strawberries.
Now, let me tell you something else too. Is we had a meeting today to discuss the ramifications and everything like that. You know, there's 125 vendors
Oh, how
scheduled
many?
to be there. 125
Ooh, let me
vendors
write that
expected to
down.
be on site. Last year, over 8,000 people attended. Pam Little tells me they're expecting almost 10,000 people to come out for the Strawberry Festival. You do not want to miss this. Gates open at 10 a.m. Excuse me. Gates open at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. on Sunday. A little bit of information so you guys know this. So a lot of people don't know this. We just found this out, so you can call it breaking news if you want to. Cross Church, which is one of the local religious affiliations here in Stark, has begun holding Sunday services at the fairgrounds. There was some confusion as to when this was going to happen. Well, apparently it's starting now. So therefore, if you're going to the festival on Sunday morning, if you arrive at 10 a.m., make sure that you kind of follow the instructions that are going to be given to you by the Sheriff's Office Explorers. You're going to be pulling in and pulling to the right. Parking on the east side or the right side of the parking lot. If you're a member of Cross Church and you're watching, when you pull in, stay to the left. You're going to park on the west side. You'll be directed by the Explorers. Should not be that big of a deal. Follow the message boards and the arrow signs that we're going to have set up for you. But make sure that you pay attention to that one and watch for pedestrians. There'll be a lot of pedestrian traffic going in and out of the parking lot. So again, slow down. Just be careful as you're making your way through.
And On the Spot Motorsports with David Rogers will be at all 3 events. So you will see the host, Mitchell Gunner, and co-host, CC Marie, at all 3 of these events. So make sure you go up and say hello. Hey, get their autographs while you're out there. You never know, man. Hey, this thing may take off and go 50 miles north, as far as I know. I mean, good grief.
happen.
Hey, I
Very well
think we've hooked into something right there, Mike.
so, yes.
What else you got for me?
Well, that was basically it. The Strawberry
you?
Festival was the big thing like that one. Now, of course, coming up after that, on April the 9th, On the Spot with David Rogers has joined the team. Proud to say that On the Spot with David Rogers, alongside the Fantastic Fire Brigade, is sponsoring the Stark Touch a Truck and Free Concert. That will be the following Saturday, April 9th, starting at 10 a.m. From 10 until 1, there will be about 10, 12, 15 to 20 of large vehicles for a Touch a Truck event for the kids. They'll be lined up along Call Street. Call Street will be closed off from the Florida Theater all the way to the Veterans Memorial there at Water Street. Fire trucks, construction equipment, bucket trucks, you name it, it'll be out there for the kids to explore. That's from 10 until 1. But don't go anywhere. I'm thrilled because I've seen them in concert. It is amazing. At 5 p.m., Majesty of Rock takes the stage in the band shell down at the downtown square. They're a tribute band playing the best of Journey and Styx. It is a 3-hour concert. It will knock your socks off. The band is amazing. They perform all over the southeastern United States. They're based in Fort Myers. They're coming to Stark for what I hope will be one of many return dates. But this is a free concert thanks to the sponsorships of On the Spot with David Rogers, the Fantastic Fire Brigade footing the bill for it, as well as some other sponsors that are going to be coming up and making their announcement next week. But make sure you turn out for it. It's going to be an amazing concert. Bring your chairs, bring your coolers, bring blankets, whatever you want to do to be comfortable with it. But expect a fantastic, should I say, funtastic concert on the square, April 9th. Touch a Truck, 10 until 1. The concert starts at 5.
And more information to follow on that. You can follow it on not only in the Fantastic Fire Brigade page, but also on both On the Spot pages. We will have that continuing information for you as well.
You got it.
If I could be remiss too, Chris Davis is on. Haven't talked to Chris in a little bit. Chris, how's it going? I do know that the hours have changed for Slice and Dice Barbecue. They are now open just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They will still have a full menu.
Yep.
Some people were thinking, oh, they're just going to have, the brisket and the ribs and the chicken. No. Still full menu. You love those hamburgers.
Hey, let me tell you what.
So
I'll put it up against anybody.
Anybody.
Go to Slice and Dice.
Yes.
If you want barbecue, it's the best barbecue. That's fine.
No doubt.
The burger Medium. Add bacon on garlic bread. Oh, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and-
It's so good. Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
do that.
definitely go by and see him. He's closing Sunday through Wednesday. Hey, gives him a little break, gives him time to recoup, gives him time to get some things situated, And I urge you, if you live in Stark or in the nearby area, please go and visit. It's only 8, 9, 10 miles up the road right there. I am telling you, it will be some of the best food that you ever had. Like Michael said, the barbecue is outstanding.
It really is.
The burgers are like this.
Oh, they're huge.
They're huge. It's a half a pound.
It is.
Literally.
It is. It's a half
It's a
pound.
half a
It
pound.
is.
No doubt about it, Dave.
Yum, yum.
Oh, yum, yum, man. And they got the wash tub. They got it all there. Make sure you go see Chris over there. Hey, he is a great businessman. Him and Casey's got a great business over there. They could use your support. He supports the community all the time. And hey, I'd like to see a little payback from the community and see if they go up there and visit him up in Lottie.
I totally agree with that one. Hey, it's Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. They open at 11 a.m. They close at 8 p.m.
Yep.
So lunch
Extended
or
hour.
dinner, feel free to go up there, pay them a visit. They are a bit of a sponsor for us as well. They have always stepped up.
Absolutely stepped up for me.
I've told the story beforehand. Last year we had a massive fire at the Budget Inn in Lottie. Before we even could get the crews to get settled in with the hose and everything like that, when Chris shows up with drinks, food for the firefighters, helping the evacuees, because we had people that were evacuated and displaced, had to move them to a shelter. Chris was on top of it, providing food and drinks. It was an amazing experience to have Chris involved with that one. We want to show him a little bit of love. So make sure you go out Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Slice and Dice Barbecue.
Yeah, and Chris will come out there and talk to you. You're talking about one of the nicest guys in the world. He'll come out there and talk to you at your table. And he's really, if you don't know Chris, he's really a good guy to know.
Oh,
go
absolutely.
and, like you said, visit Slice and Dice. We're going to have to go, by the way, one day and visit him
absolutely.
for sure.
Yes,
Let me see. Michael Box is on. Randy Brooks is on. Sharon Petterprin says, FYI, Cross Church Stark is moving to the fairgrounds, what Michael just said.
Yep.
February 3rd, 2022, which they already have. They will have parking attendants there directing traffic so people won't get confused about where to park.
Correct.
And you just heard Michael say that the Explorers are going to be out there as well,
Yeah,
so
be
there
helping.
is definitely no confusion.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, again, if you're a cross church attendee, when you come in from the main entrance, bear to the left, going to the west side of the parking lot. It'll be roped off and marked off for you guys there. If you're going for the festival, stay to the right. Where the cones are, you'll be making your way to the east. Head over towards the Department of Health has their tent they use for COVID testing and vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
The COVID testing won't be going on, but the tent will still be there. You'll be directed to park closer towards the railroad tracks.
Kevin Kedgley told me to tell you hello, by the way. He's watching the show. If y'all don't know Kevin, we've had him on the show before, probably, 2 years ago, Mike?
About 2 years
2
ago,
years
yeah.
ago, 2.5 years ago. And Kevin does a lot of stunt work. He does a lot of movie work and stuff,
he
and
does-
involved in TV shows.
He does all my stunt work.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably do some of my stunt work too. But anyway, I know he travels to Atlanta quite a bit. He's involved in different shows. So I want to say a shout out to Kevin. He told me to tell you hello, by the way.
There you
Hi,
go.
Kevin.
So there you go. Tammy Testone, can't wait to bring Alvy, and I'm assuming to all these events. I hope so. And Mitchell Gunner says personally he would like to thank CC Marie for all her help on the car shows. By the way, CC has gotten a lot of sponsorship for some of these car shows. Went out and got gift certificate prizes and things like that.
Yes, indeed.
We know you work. Hey, you do it when you can. And we really appreciate that. And we're going to bring you on here in just a few minutes. Want to talk about a couple of other things, Mike, that me and you are involved in.
Yes, indeed.
First of all is the Touchdown Club. Community memberships. They're encouraging attendees to officially join the club and continue recruiting community members, families, alumni, etc. Listen to this. Talking about a cheap membership. Here we go. $50 per year for an individual.
Yep.
Renewal will be January of 2023, regardless of the date you join. So if you joined back in January, February, when we first started this, you're good until January of next year.
Correct.
Now, if you join today, you're still good until January, but for $50, man, you can't
You can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
You can't do that at all.
You'll be recognized at all football events, invited to all football-related events. and community planning opportunities, whatever's coming up. Speaking of that, request that each attendee will try to sign up 2 members by the end of March. Me and Mike, have you signed up 2 yet?
I have. Yep.
You've already done yours?
I had to jump on the bus there like that because I had to do my individual, and then the Fantastic
Okay,
Power
is
Brigade
that-
will be coming in next.
Okay,
weekend.
so is that your 2?
Yeah, that's gonna be
Okay, so
Kinda,
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
do
try to
on
bring
the
somebody else
spot.
in, so-
Right, I'm going to do on the spot, and then I'm going to do myself individually,
Yes.
and then
Yeah, we can.
they don't know that.
Harry Business will join.
Of course, primary sponsor opportunities. 4 primary sponsors recognized via all mediums on game day and social media, radio, and print. Access to all football activities, including meetings, media days, practices, etc.
Yes.
Now, the way I understood it, Mike, I know you wasn't at the last meeting, but
No,
the way
I
I
missed the
understood it,
last meeting.
but you was at the meeting before. Nothing's changed. There is a $10,000 membership for that.
That's all you.
And there's only one. That's what Kurt was telling me and Jimmy. Unless they change their mind, there's only one. So if you donate $10,000 to the program, you are the main sponsor for the whole football season and throughout the year until the membership renews. Whew, 10, man, I tell you. Cece, can I borrow 10 grand?
Yeah.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
I figured that. Or equal value, 8 secondary sponsors at $2,500 or equal value as well. So they're looking for 1 major sponsor at $10,000 and 8 secondary sponsors at the $2,500 level.
Right.
Anybody that's listening, you don't even have to be a member, but I tell you what we're looking for. We're looking for donations of peanut butter, bread, peanut butter, jelly, peanut butter, milk, and as much of it as you can get. That's the reason I was saying that. Because they are looking for that to help nourish the kids.
So you're saying they need peanut butter.
I'm saying they need peanut butter.
Okay.
Cece, what did I say they need?
Definitely jelly to go with the peanut butter.
Dave, what do they need?
Milk.
There you go. You use the milk. Okay. Okay, there you go. But hey, if you can buy some of that stuff, you can deliver it right there to the shack where Coach Rogers hangs out each and every day. He'd love to take that. You can just drop it off anonymously, man. And I'm telling you, they would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And it just doesn't have to be that. They were talking about crackers and just anything with high,
Something with some
protein in it. Yeah.
Some simple carbs.
Carbs and
That's
things
something
like that, yes.
Good carbs to help them out. Yeah.
Let me tell you what the best is, and Coach Rogers said this. I didn't even know it until he said it last week. Chocolate milk. Did you know after a workout, he said the best thing to go into your body, even Jimmy Clark said it, he said is chocolate milk.
Really?
I never thought it. Would you?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, so you wouldn't have thought that then. Okay. There you go. All right.
Anyway,
Tornadoes. Gonna smoke them. Pork butt fundraiser. Have you
Yes.
sold yours?
I have not sold
Me
yet.
neither. We need to
Oh,
get
I got
busy.
that one, I know.
Yeah, we need to get busy. Yeah, we need to get busy. May 7th, $35 each. Cooked and pick up at the football field.
Yes.
Access to practice, players, and coaches that same day.
Absolutely.
$35. All this is going to the Touchdown Club to be able to do the things that we need to do, fund the things that we need to do for the football season.
I'm even going to throw one out there to you
Okay.
like that one, and I'll confirm it with the coach Rogers and with the rest of the gang like that one. On May the 7th, we'll probably go ahead and set up a little fantastic area for the little kids if they want to come out and
Ooh.
interact with the fire truck and everything like that one. We'll throw the American flag up and the giant tornado flag. If you haven't seen the ladder truck that's got the giant tornadoes flag, it gets better. We bought a new flag, a bigger flag. So we're going to have all the flags on display for the
Right.
everything like that. So we'll have a chance for the kids to come out and play on the fire truck on May the 7th as well.
They're working on some Letterman jackets for the players. They're going to divvy that up. We'll get into that a little bit later on because the way they want to do it, I think, is excellent.
Yeah.
Personally, I think if you wear a Letterman's jacket, I know for me, when back in the day when I played against Moses back in the day and Methuselah and all those guys, we didn't really actually have a football. We used rocks to throw around.
They did that on Noah's Ark.
Well, yes, they did, as a matter of fact. And I got my Letterman's jacket on Noah's Ark, by the way. So anyway.
It's a flotation device. It's a flotation device.
Noah's Ark is what? A couple football fields long.
Yeah, it was big. It was
That
huge.
worked.
Yeah.
That worked.
As a matter of fact, so anyway, I earned my Letterman's jacket. It wasn't never given to me. There was nothing ever given. So they want these guys to earn their Letterman's jacket. So there'll be some things, and we'll explain that as it goes. Some of the projects that are coming up, they want to redo the locker room. Have you ever seen the locker room at BHS?
Yeah, it needs some love.
Needs some love.
Needs some
It does need some love.
Yeah, it does.
Looking at about 40,000, 45,000. They said they can make that thing look like a college football locker room. So we're looking for some sponsorships there, and Clay Electric may get the first grant for that.
That'd be good.
So that'll be an excellent opportunity there. If you want to work the concession stand, they're looking for volunteers for the concession stand for the home games.
Yes,
And unfortunately, me and Mike can't do it because we got other duties.
Yeah.
But we'll be supporting you. Hey,
I will buy all the
I
tickets
want all
I
the
can.
and the drinks that we can from over there.
We'll buy them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if you want any more information, you can attend a meeting, which will be the first Monday in April, right? First Monday in April. So you can attend that. That'll be at the Downtown Grill. That meeting starts at 5:30 to 6.
Yeah. So just so you know, it's gonna be April 4th, 5:30 at the Downtown Grill on Call Street.
And that's exactly right. So if you want any more information besides that, you go over to Kurt Miracle over at Miracle Automotive and Towing. You can talk to Kurt, or you can call him at 904-445-8046. Or Mr. Jimmy Clark, 904-796-0192. We'll be putting some of this information out on the page as well. Do you have anything else?
I just wanted to do a quick national touch to fill in for Byron. We covered Mitchell's segment with some local news earlier. I want to hit on some national stuff for Byron. Byron, thinking about you. Looking forward to having you back here.
Yeah, Byron's really sick.
Yeah, so we'll be glad to have him back here like that. I had to share this.
Okay.
I wanted to share this.
Okay.
I felt it on my heart.
Yes, you did.
You've heard it.
Yes.
You liked it.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last week, the Vice President of the United States was sent out on a
AKA Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Was sent out on a mission by the Democratic Party to stump for the midterm elections. Kamala Harris went around to several locations around the country to really push what the Democratic agenda was going to be for the midterms, to try to really rally support for the Democratic candidates, and to hopefully maintain the vote count as it stands in the Senate and the House for the midterm elections. She tried to create a rally cry for the Democrats, and it didn't go well. She basically said that the Democratic Party and the voters in general made a choice, and they chose the elected officials they have, and in a nutshell said, hey, you get what you deserve. So, I can't pass up that kind of opportunity. Really? So, in honor of our vice president, I wanted to share something with you. A friend of mine who works at Sunny FM 105.9 WOK down in Orlando put a little something together. I would like to share this with you. This is an audio recording based on, here we go, based on our vice president rallying the troops to support the Democrats in the midterm elections.
Our task is to show people that in many ways they got what they ordered.
Consumer prices jumping to the highest level in nearly 40 years.
They got what they ordered.
American families now spending $275 more per month on average than they were just a year ago.
And remind them of that.
Tonight, Russian troops are closing in on Kyiv.
Good evening from Ukraine. Casualties, both military and civilian, are growing.
They got what they ordered.
Stocks fell sharply on Wall Street today as oil and gas prices continue to skyrocket.
I'm sick of this stuff.
They said this is what they wanted.
Hi, Kama, I love you.
Let's turn to those skyrocketing gas prices that are crushing so many American families.
They got what they ordered.
There's no question that this fear of crime is real and growing.
Overall crime in May spiked by 22%.
Sometimes it's difficult.
And shooting incidents surged by 73%.
None of of us are protected. The shootings are happening everywhere.
And a lot of what they demanded, they got.
No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore.
So that's what we're doing.
They don't give a damn about people anymore.
The gas is outrageous.
You're gonna have to work more than 40 hours to afford this.
They got what they ordered.
Both of these books include pedophilia.
Everybody has the right to know what their child is learning. You should be able to go and talk to your school about it. But schools are discouraging that and shaming families.
They got what they ordered.
Students, do not allow anybody to tell you that you cannot accomplish anything because of your skin color.
Equity is the mask that critical race theory hides behind.
They don't give a damn about people anymore.
They got what they ordered.
Order up!
I had to share this with the staff like that one. It is available for those that are interested in it. We have a copy of that like that. A huge shout out and thank you to Rick Stacy, the morning show DJ at 105.9 Sunny FM in Orlando. Rick does a lot of stuff. He and I have been talking back and forth. I appreciate his efforts in putting this together. And we want to hear from you. Now, I want to preface this next segment with this here. This was something that I requested, but it does not necessarily reflect the opinions of everybody that watches the show. And we appreciate that.
That's right. Absolutely.
So we want to hear from you if there's something that you would like for us to talk about, if there's something that you disagree with. We would love to. This seat fits anybody who would like to come on the show. This is a free form.
And we got plenty of them left, Mike, if anybody wants to join.
We do. So Byron has said it. Mitchell has said it. We've all said it. We would like for you guys to be part of the show right here. Send us an email. On the spot, 32091 @gmail.com. On the spot, 32091 @gmail.com. Feel free to send us an email. We would love to have you as part of our show. If you have something that you'd like to bring up, whether it's community events or anything like that, we'd love to have you involved in the show. With that being said, I'm going to be quiet because I've been running my mouth all evening, and I'm going to turn over to somebody who is definitely easier on the eyes than me, because I have been told that while I have the perfect face for radio, I have the perfect voice for a mime.
That's right.
Welcome in, CC Marie.
Yeah, and before we get to CC Marie, I wanted to preface to something what Michael said here and what he just shared with you. You got to remember, there was several factors that came up in that recording, and several different things. They talked about gas prices, talked about the war in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My goodness, Dave, you pulled my cup. The pollen count.
The pollen count.
I'm totally safe for everybody worrying.
Are you?
I don't know.
You may not be.
That way.
Don't listen to him. David gets choked up when motorsports.
Yeah, I get choked up when motorsports comes up.
That's what it is.
But anyway, there was he prefaced a lot of different things in there, and it's it's coming to fruition now that, I mean, it's hard for any of us to live on. Anybody that's making a modest paycheck, I'm telling you right now, inflation is out of the roof. It's really, I like to call it a recession almost. It really has become a recession. And if we keep doing and going up on prices and not up on our wages, it's going to become a depression. You're going to see it again like it was in 1929.
Right.
And in a worse effect, because guess what? In 1929, CC, the United States population wasn't what it is today. Right. So you're talking about it was critical back then. It'll be worse this time.
Yeah.
Everybody from that generation, I have noticed, like my grandmother, we raise children together. We're foster parents, and then I have my own children. But she is really into stockpiling food right now. Every time I go to the grocery store, she's like, buy rice, buy beans, canned goods. And,
toilet paper.
And we're running out of space to put dry goods, but she's so concerned about feeding all the kids. And then, I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook, I just got a second job because she was like, I need to make more money so we can afford gas. And I mean, all these kids have appointments and stuff like that. So I was like, no, so I got back in a truck. That's why, I was a little late. Sorry.
It's okay. No, you're good.
But, motivation, when that woman was like, people have to work more than 40 hours a week, that hit me hard because I'm like, I have to start pushing myself harder. My grandma's too old to work. I hope she's not watching, but I don't want her to work. That's not good, but that is the reality of what things are coming to.
It is. The good news is that the price of a barrel of oil dropped $20 over the last week and a half. It's now down to $106 per barrel, which is still miles and miles above where it used to be. And there's one last thing that I wanted to hit on real quick, and then I will leave it to the motorheads on that one. And that is, there was a lot of discussion on a couple of posts that were done on the spot with David Rogers regarding the Keystone Pipeline.
Yes,
I want to clarify one thing here. First off, we're not reopening the pipeline. It was only 8% built when it was done. Okay, when it was cut off. So it's not even a pipeline that could be used. Even if it was magically created, it would still be 2 years before it was completed to be able to process. Secondly, it's not built for processing crude oil that would be used to convert to gasoline. Correct. This is an oil product that is used to create plastics and other synthetics and that sort of thing like that. So here's the thing about it. I'm diehard conservative. I'm right up there with everybody else like that. And you can tell by some of the stuff that I come up with and have fun with. But realistically, what I love about this show and the reason why you guys are so important to the show, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, is that we try to look at things objectively and go, look, there's the rhetoric and then there's the facts. And we try to provide you facts. And I do a lot of research. I see what's going on with that sort of thing like that one. If there's something that we feel that we need to bring to your attention, we're going to bring it to your attention. But we are not going to dismiss anybody who may have a differing point of view. So that's the reason why it's important that you avail yourself to us. We would love to hear from you and have your input as part of the show.
And back up what Michael said, and we talk about this all the time. Yeah. You know, when we have meetings, David, are you okay with this? Hey, is this what you want to do? Correct. And Michael is not speaking out of turn here. When he speaks, he's speaking for me. He's speaking for Dave. He's speaking for Byron. And the reason I'm prefacing to that is I've had people tell me, well, if I come on the show, it's conservative-based show, you know, y'all are going to gang up on me. No. I can assure you, I will step out. I will make sure I will give you my word. And if I don't have anything left, Mike, in this world, is my word.
And your hair.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's gray now. So I will assure you that you will not get Reddit here by any means. You will not get ridiculed. You're not going to get bullied over. You're not going to get tag teamed on. If you tend to lean left and you want to come on this show, Michael says, I welcome you to come on this show.
Absolutely.
And I give you my word. If it starts getting that way, I will cut it off. Yes. I promise you that. I will tell Dave Holland and Michael Heater, who's our director and our producer, to shut the show off if that ever happens. So you have my God-honest word that would never happen. So, and I've heard Greg Marshall as a name. I hear he's very smart in what he researches and what he does. I've heard him say, hey, I'd like to see him and Byron Bagwell debate. Absolutely. We would love to have that. I would let the two meet. We'll sit over here and have some popcorn and get our drinks and everything, and we'll let that happen. And I promise you, it will not get out of hand. So if you tend to lean to the left, like Mike says, and you want to come on the show and bring your opinion here,
come on.
We would love to hear that.
Absolutely.
I would love to hear it. As a matter of fact, I encourage you because I would really like to hear it, and especially now that the way things are going. You know, China, broadening up its muscles, trying to get over on Taiwan, Russia invading the Ukraine. You were just talking about the gas prices, food, everything up and up, except your wages. I would really love to hear what those people thought a couple of years ago, or now over a year ago, when they voted, if they voted that way, now what they think. Yeah. I mean, they may still think the same, and if so, hey, you've got state your opinion why you think so.
Exactly right.
If you change your mind, tell us why you change your mind. I think it would be a heck of a conversation, by the way.
Absolutely.
Also, I agree with Mike on the Keystone Pipeline. I did mention me and Greg Marshall went at this a little bit, and Michael is right. But I wanna ask you something here. Shouldn't we open up that? Okay, even if we couldn't get the tars out there for crude oil, wouldn't it benefit us to open that up to help with IE plastics and things like that were scarce stuff anyway? I mean, I hear Gatorade, for example. Gatorade last year. Do you know why? There for the summertime, and if you look in some stores, you'll still see Gatorade is just starting to replenish. Do you know why? They didn't have enough plastic containers to put the drink in.
Wow.
Yes. So, would you agree with that, Mike, a little bit? I mean, that we should. I mean, even if it's not for regular use oil, like but to help with the plastics and things like that.
It absolutely is. Anything that's going to benefit us in the trade negotiations worldwide is going to be a benefit to us. Right now, we're in a massive trade deficit that has been exacerbated over the last year and a half, and we won't get into that one. But suffice it to say that we are in a trade deficit worse than we've been in many years. The previous administration got us to an advantage where we were actually, we were completely independent for oil. We were massively exporting out resources that allowed our prices to stay low. We were able to maintain our economy, become one of the strongest economies in the world. That allowed us to be able to make these moves and do what we needed to do. We've lost that ability now because of the current administration and the current atmosphere. But I think that if we were to reopen this, reinstitute offshore drilling, if we could do, get the pipelines going and allow us, not just for the crude oil, but that would allow us to be able to boost our exports to China, to Japan, to India, Pakistan, those places like that. Because right now we're being inundated with these products. They are literally gouging us and not paying for the workers. The workers aren't only getting
heck no.
So where's the money going? It's going to fund military actions and weapons. So we need to get back on our feet. We need to quit being bullied around by other countries. And I totally agree. If we could get back into exporting at the level that we were during the previous administration, our country would absolutely get stronger.
Yeah, and I think, Mike, like you said, and I think what you're just trying to wedge and segue into is we need to be more self-sufficient too. Absolutely. We definitely need to be more. We can't rely on China. They don't have the beef here, or most of the beef here in America.
I'm scared to eat a lot of, I don't know, you know how I was raised. I'm very holistic, but a lot of even a lot of our meat and stuff is coming from Mexico, and do they have the same standards that we do?
Well, China owns the beef that's raised here in the United States.
Yeah, they own nearly half of the farmland.
Farmland. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So we got to turn this thing around. But anyway, enough of that. I want to get to a couple of comments, and then I'm going to let CC talk about some of the things that we didn't talk about that may be upcoming. Yep. So maybe we'll think about that for a minute. Patricia Bath is watching. Kevin Kensley says, check your messages, Brother David. I have a lot of info I'd like to share with you. Would love to come onto the show again sometime. Perfect. Absolutely. Just message us. We're right, Mike. Show them.
Right here on the spot, 32091@gmail.com. That's it right there.
Or you can hit me on Messenger as well, or however you want to do it. Yeah, and we'll get you rolling. I believe next Tuesday, Sheriff Gordon Smith, I talked to him over the weekend. I think he's going to be our guest on Tuesday night. So Sheriff is always a hoot. Yes, he is. Joe Starling, thank you. Good on you, CC Marie. Keep up the great work, Kevin says. Robin Kelly is watching. Randy Scoggins. Roger, the Tornado Cruise, is watching.
Hey, Roger.
He says, hello, Mikey Mike. Elizabeth Tizzy Chandler is watching. Who's that? You know her? Okay. Tom Bailey's watching.
Almost 2,000 Facebook friends, so I don't even know who I know.
Yeah, me too. Me and you. Joey Knapp says, let's go, Brandon. By the way, I hear you. We can get into that for sure.
And just so you know, hey, Joey, if you're watching, good to hear from you again. When are you retiring? Aren't you retiring?
Yeah, I heard that too. I've heard that thing too.
Lord, we started firefighting together when we were kids, and come on, dude. Seriously, take a break. Anyway, okay, moving on.
What's up, guys? It's been a while. Glad I could make the show tonight. Me as a small restaurant, I'm feeling all the effects of this price raising on everything. Yeah. That's Chris Davis saying that. And I'm telling you, remember what we said, some variable things? That's probably why he's closed 2 to 3 more days a week. Right. For sure. Absolutely. I don't blame him. Until prices go down. Mike said until prices stabilize down. I mean, this man at a small restaurant trying to make a living, raising his family, trying to provide food on the table. Man, that's tough to do, man. Dave, you own a business. I'm not telling you anything new. Yeah. Hey, you've got pricing and things that you've got to go get. I bet hair color ain't cheap anymore, is it? I bet you that's went up $20 or $30 a tube.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is finding help.
Yeah.
People to work.
Isn't this ironic? Cece was talking about her working 2 jobs. Michael was talking about, about but you can go around every corner and find a job. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
We're sitting in an inflammatory situation. Inflation is out the roof. Like I said, it's almost a recession, but you can go around every corner and find a job.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Almost start immediately.
Seen a post the other day. I forgot who it was that shared it. $25 an hour at a Burger King somewhere.
Yeah.
Flipping fries.
Yep.
I don't know if my boss is still working, but I'm going to be trying to go.
You're going to try to go to Burger King.
$25 for
an hour.
Burger King?
Yeah.
I noticed like a lot of restaurants and fast food places, their pricing is also changing.
Sure, absolutely it is. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. You don't think they're going to eat it?
Paying for that $25 an hour.
You don't think we're going to eat it, do you? I mean, no, we're going to eat it. You don't think they're going to eat it, do you?
No.
They're going to they got to pass that on to the consumer.
They're going to go to Red Lobster when they get off.
Oh, for sure they are.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. I have a different opinion on that. I think that is like a job, like a stepping stone job.
It always has been.
For kids, I think time should go back to the old days. Like I was just telling my kids, I'm like, hey, because my oldest, he's driving now, and he's like, I want to learn your trade. So today he rode in the truck with me and I explained everything out. And I think times might be going back to where, you remember back in the day, before our time, his time. But I'm just kidding. I love you, Dave.
Noah's Ark.
Best time.
Noah's Ark.
Best time I've ever had at Noah's Ark.
But families had trades. And I think like what you guys are talking about, maybe that's why. Yeah. Like people are going back to trades. What can I do on my own independently from my home to make money?
And that's a key thing too, because we've reached a point in our society where and this is just my opinion, take it for what it's worth here, but I think we've kind of reached a point in our society where people almost feel shamed into not going to college, and yet the trade schools are suffering because we don't have people that are doing the trades that are necessary to keep the country running, because everybody's trying to go get a philosophy degree or some sort of silly something or other. Where trade schools are a critical component of the economy.
Or how about this? And we may get shut off for this one. Or how about people just sitting on their ass at home and drawing a goddamn check from the government? That's where the problem is. We're not putting our foot in people's asses to get out and get them a dadgum job. That's why you can go around every corner and find a job. And that is flat out ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, our government needs to quit giving away free handouts. Make these people that are sitting on their tails do something. Hey, I guarantee you, some of those people that are sitting on their tails, and I don't give a darn what color you are, black, green, white, orange, red, green, blue, it doesn't matter to me. If you're sitting on your tail at home, you probably got kids you're watching. Why don't we make you a child care person? Hey, watch these people's children while they're going out to work. You're working too. And guess what? Hey, now all of a sudden we've employed 2 people. When we employ 2 people, we can employ 4. When we employ 4, we can employ 8. And it keeps going. But the problem is, as long as the government's tossing free money, there you go. Nobody's going to go to work. And if it's enough, hey, I know that we cut out the extra $300 where for on unemployment. I think unemployment is still what, $500 or $600?
I believe.
Hey, some people
a week or a month?
A week.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you're out there working 2 jobs and doing child care and all that stuff.
And car shows and racing.
And all that.
I think my second job was just to feed my hobby.
Well, of course.
And the kids, of course.
Well,
but,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's kind of disgusting to think about because, like today, I literally, I grocery shop one week at a time. Besides Grandma doing her hoarding stuff, but
Right.
just today I got stuff.
Like that,
I got
hoarding
stuff. You know how? Like I don't know.
I know
my
your
grandma does
yes,
that with
she
the
is.
rice.
I know your
Every time
grandmother
I'm at the
too.
store, do we need anything? Rice and beans. I'm like, Grandma, we have like 50. One day we're gonna need it. You know, that's really that. She's from a different time than we are,
She's
and
not-
she's predicting what may or may
Your
not
grandmother
happen.
is mine and Dave's age. You're 63, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
she's-
all the same
and
age.
She doesn't look a bit like
No,
it.
she
I don't know
doesn't,
what
man.
she's
I tell you
done.
what, I don't want her to
My
ever
goodness.
grab me.
But she also saves all the seeds and dries them and puts them in. And I'm
Absolutely.
Like, but she's raised from a different time than me. Like I'm different. I'm not thinking about that thing because it's never been a problem until now. She's preparing me for that.
True.
And now my kids are learning that trade.
Right.
But I think that is like the most important thing right now is if things do get really bad here, is everybody going to have food?
Well, everybody's not, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen? See, the inner cities are going to get hit first. They're going to sweep out everything in inner cities. When they get everything, Dave, from the inner cities, where they're going to work their way?
On the suburbs.
Start to the suburbs and to the rural areas. And guess what? Now you start getting a civil war because these country boys here, they got 4 and 5 and 6 guns. Start coming to get their food. Start coming to attack their families. And guess what they're going to get? They're going to get a bullet in their in their ass. And that's just the bottom line.
Well,
So-
you know, those folks that live out in the country pretty much got the right idea.
Yes, absolutely they do. All right, let me go over some comments. I'm going to let Cece tell what's coming up, the weather, and then hey, we got the Sweet 16 in basketball. I know you love basketball, but we got the Sweet 16 in basketball, and we're going to go over just a couple of things there. Mitchell Gunner says, when you talk about oil, it's hard to make tires. In fact, it's very hard to find racing tires for racing. I hear that quite a bit now. I've heard it from you guys as well,
Yeah.
and even from the drag, everybody. It's hard to find tires.
A lot of people are sorry. This is my area, Michael.
Yes, absolutely.
A
Go.
lot of people in the racing community right now are on Facebook. Hey, do you have these? Do you have these? And we're doing a lot of trading of used tires because we can't get any new tires, and that is a real problem.
Right.
I
You're
mean,
right.
not in real life. We don't need to eat tires, but in the racing community,
Right.
that is it's a big issue. With just finding tires to do what we do.
Yeah, Mitchell Gunner says, so it's hurting motorsports all over. Benny Jackson's on. Sylvester Warren says, hell, OTS, WDRL with all the small David Rogers. And that's okay, Sylvester Warren. And then he says hello. He did. He said hello. That's Sylvester, I love you, man. Hey, you come give me a hug on my neck any day, brother. Robert McGay says, good evening, Patriots. Benny Jackson as well. Getting so bad I can't afford to pay attention, McGee says. Yep. Stephanie Loper, yep. I promise you, I've had to change my prices, but I'm not eating at Red Lobster. I'm still getting extensions on light bills and getting loans just to keep the doors open. And that's coming from Chris Davis.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I don't get it. And so, like Michael says, some of the best barbecue, some of the best food around.
The brisket.
And
I'm just saying.
yeah. So Robert McGee says, I went back to work after retirement for insurance purposes. I never would have worked a day in my life if I would get free everything. A working man or woman, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, boy. Yeah, let me see. Can we go back? Do you got your thing up, Mike? What do you got? You don't have nothing? Let me see if I can find him real quick.
Well, but the point there is that seriously, people are not motivated to work.
Yeah, let's see. I needed to touch that. So, a working man or woman gets screwed over by this piece of crap government we have. Total BS. Tammy Testo, my husband is 75 and work a full-time job any day of the week. You can find him on a rooftop. He retired from the dock after 30 years and then had to go back to work just to make ends meet. Yeah. You're talking a 75-year-old man still working. Right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is another thing, and we could go on forever. I'll tell you what, we'll table this over when Mr. Bagwell gets here. Yes. We would love to have Mr. Bagwell's opinion on this. Absolutely. You're talking about a dude that knows this stuff?
Yeah.
That's Mr. Byron Bagwell. Michael, we know it, but Byron knows it. Yes, he does. And we will get into some of these things here. All right, Cece, real quick. What do we have coming up? Besides what we mentioned here, what we got coming up on the motorsports and on the show, and what you and Mitchell's talked about?
I believe we are going live for Car Wars.
Yes.
So you guys keep an eye out for that. That'll be Sunday. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of filming of the car show. That we're not doing that one, but we're definitely going to be there. I'll actually have the opportunity to enjoy a car show. And
the one on Saturday or the one on Sunday or both?
The one on Sunday. I'm talking about Car Wars.
Okay, Car Wars. Okay.
That's going to be at the Gainesville Raceway.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to just being able to enjoy, and I'm going to video and do that. Mitchell's also racing, so I'm super excited about that. The classes, I think there's 20 or 30 different classes for the car show. Yeah, they're going by make of car. And I find that super exciting because I think that is more fair to do classifications like that. It's such a large car show that I think that would be the fairest way.
Are they racing fire trucks? Because me and Michael would like to get in on that. We'll race the fire trucks down.
I was just saying, I mean, we
that Han will get up and go.
See, finally, we have his interest at the drag strip.
Yeah, well, I get to see. I had my back to him. I just wanted to see what he'd say.
Let me clarify. I've always had an interest at the drag strip, but it was only because of my work assignment. You know,
yeah.
I'm a road course driving racing person. Drag racing is like it's over. And I just, it's just not me.
Me and Mitchell are opposite for a reason, because if we ever raced against each other, it'd be really dangerous. I like off-road racing, and I know you're a Jeep guy, I mean, you can always come to our firm events.
And I do come to the firm.
I'm excited to see you there, because I feel like we could relate to that.
Yeah, I like the rally car racing. I love the Jeep events. I love going off on the trails and everything like that, so I'm excited about what's coming on with that.
See, I like to race big wheels.
Of course, like the pedal ones?
Yes.
Well, they have electric ones now. That would
I want to pedal the hell out of one.
Okay, I'm going to ask
Mike, will you race me on big wheels?
David, have you been downtown in Jacksonville where they rent out the scooters? I think.
Yeah.
Do you want to race on one of those? I can race.
Sure.
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
We'll make sure it's equal charge.
All right.
I'll give you 2cc lengths ahead.
Okay.
And we'll make sure it's fair, and then we'll race.
Can I ask you something?
What's that?
Will that scooter hold my fat behind?
It definitely will.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why I said I'll give you some links.
Then you're on. Okay. Hey.
I'm super excited about the stuff going on Saturday, though. That's where my main focus has been. I've been working pretty hard.
I think me and you are judges on that, by the way. Mitchell reached out to me, and has he reached out to you yet on that?
Yes,
I think me and you are judges.
I'm hoping and praying that Amy, the same one that attended the last car show,
she's going to help us out too?
I think she's going to come and not have to babysit my daughter, because Chelsea was just not having it that day.
Okay.
But I think Amy is going to come and try to help judge too. So that'll be us, and we'll definitely. I hope Mitchell's dad comes too.
That sounds good. I'll let you buy me dinner at the Florida Cracker.
Florida Cracker, let's go. I like their sweet tea.
Man, I love their breakfast. I love any of it. Can you tell? Can't you know?
Yeah,
Hey, you said I played ball on Noah's Ark.
Word.
I didn't play much, because I tell you, I must have been eating at Noah's Ark's table.
We do have a lot of local people that have local businesses that have donated to this cause.
That's good.
I did want to say I'm gonna have the deadline probably probably this Thursday. Sorry, my days are backwards right now. Thursday is going to be the deadline to turn in gift certificates, but we're going to start posting our sponsors for this car show that is Saturday, probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So, but I did want to say I was really excited. My friend Nathan Menke at the tattoo shop, he has donated a $100 gift certificate to this car show that's going to be Saturday.
Very good.
And then I have a Summit, which, everybody wants to order something from Summit.
Of course.
But that's been donated by Antis Roadside in Ocala. And I have a few other ones, but I have to make sure everything's smoothed out. We should have an official list of sponsor and everything. And I think we're doing 50-50, and then we'll be raffling off some of these prizes.
And by the way, we're really close, as Cece's talking about this, we're really close to going live on the spot motorsports with David Rogers, probably within the next week or two, besides the race wars that are coming with live. I'm talking about doing a live show from the studio.
Absolutely.
Cece, thank you for joining us. Stay right here. Michael, real quick, the weather. The Final Four or the bracket.
You want to do the bracket?
Just pop them up real quick.
Well, I don't
okay, we can't pop them up real quick.
Let me
read them off real quick.
Let me just say here like that.
All right.
Everyone who got their bracket busted, raise your hand. Yeah, it was ugly.
The first weekend, the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should raise your hand.
You know, I was all on board the Baylor train. Unfortunately, that derailed. My only saving grace is that number 11 Michigan.
11 seed Michigan, yes.
Defeated Tennessee. They'll be playing Villanova on Thursday night.
Good chance of winning that ball game.
Tip off at 7:30-ish or something like that one. I would like to see that happen because otherwise, yeah. But anyway, so real quick here.
Because you're on Michigan's bandwagon, just say it.
I am. Listen, I'm a Wolverine when it comes to this one. They've served me well over the years. Just so real quick here. So Gonzaga, the number 1 seed, taking on Memphis. That's going to be in San Francisco on Thursday. A lot of these games are being
Gonzaga,
played.
Arkansas.
Kansas. They defeated Memphis.
Yeah.
They're playing Arkansas on the 24th at tip-offs at 10 after 7. You're also going to be seeing Texas Tech and Duke that same night. That's at 9:30 p.m. On the other side of the bracket, Arizona will take on Houston, while Michigan will take on Villanova. Villanova is the number 2 seed. I'm hoping for a miracle. We'll see how that plays out. Jumping down to the other side there, North Carolina. I do not like you, North Carolina. Baylor. North Carolina will take on UCLA, while Purdue takes on St. Peter. St. Peter surprises.
Oh, the Cinderella, the whole damn thing.
Let me tell you.
If you ask me, I know sports, Mike. Real quick before you say,
yes,
I know sports. I did not know nothing about no St. Peter's. I didn't know where they were at. I didn't know nothing. They were out of New Jersey, and they got like 3,000 students.
See, I was confused by that because I heard it was St. Peter's, and all I could think of it was at Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on. They're going to need Heaven's Gate against Purdue, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. So Kansas takes on Providence, while Iowa State takes on Miami. The Iowa State-Miami game, I think that's going to be a good one.
Fascinating.
That's going to be on the 25th at a 10 p.m. start. So if you're going to watch that one, you better plan on having some caffeine to kind of keep you up on that one. Looking for the brackets are good. It's good games. It just kind of fell up, or the wheels fell off early on for those of us. So You're
still going Michigan?
I'm still going Michigan on this one.
All right.
I think Michigan and Purdue is going to be is going to make their way to the Final Four. That's just my opinion. Is Michigan and Purdue?
Michigan and Purdue. So you got those two. All right. Yeah. All right, Dave. You like Duke? Dave likes Duke.
Duke and Texas Tech. I think Duke is probably going to
Duke.
take that
Let's
one.
see. They play in Texas Tech. I like Duke to win that, but I don't like them against the next matchup against Gonzaga.
Yeah,
I like Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's going to
be Gonzaga I think is going to be there. So I'm taking Gonzaga. I'll give y'all the field.
Yeah, I would like to see.
Would you take the field? Would you take because you got like Michigan?
Yeah.
So would you take Gonzaga or the field? To win it all.
I want to take the field.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be Gonzaga.
Okay. Dave, Gonzaga or the field? There's a lot of teams there, good teams. Duke, you like.
Yeah.
There's Kansas. There's Arizona.
And Villanova's good.
They're
I'm going to be a wild hair and go with the field.
You're going to go with the field. Okay, that's not bad.
Nothing wrong with
Gonzaga or the field?
I'm going to go the field.
You're going to go the field? All right, me and Mike. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right, well, there you go. We'll get into that more as we get to Tuesday because we'll know the Final Four by then. Dave, how about the weather? Mike, real quick on the weather. What do we got?
So that's fine. Let me go ahead and give you guys some quick information on the weather. The pollen, as you can see, the numbers are going to be dropping tomorrow, especially on Thursday after the rain moves through, but don't hold your breath, literally, unless you can. By the weekend, the numbers are back up 10.4. Oak is the kicker on this one, unfortunately, and you still got about another 6 to 8 weeks of pollen from Oak before it really starts to settle down. But by that point, we'll be into the summertime, the more summertime, spring, late summer pattern. Late spring, early summer pattern where the grasses will be giving us a problem. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a future cast for the radar. Right now, I've got rain from Biloxi to New Orleans, and we're looking at Pascagoula. You guys are under the gun. I'm serious. That's his hometown right there. So Pascagoula, you guys are feeling it. David, I know you're watching this as well. The temperatures on the screen are going to be the high temperatures for tomorrow. This is where, as the frontal boundary makes its way over Tallahassee, 88 degrees in Tampa, but a cool 62 degrees in New Orleans. That's going to make its way towards us. The local forecast will show you what we're talking about. Once that rain moves through Wednesday night into Thursday, we're going to look at beautiful conditions. Look at the low temperature Friday morning, 48 degrees across North Florida. Beautiful sunny skies. This weekend is going to be outstanding. And by outstanding, I mean don't be sitting down. Be outside, standing, doing whatever it is you're going to do because it's going to be the perfect weather for it. Now, the kicker for this is we're looking at strong to severe storms Wednesday into Thursday. So the highest risk of storms, Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m., rain's going to start probably, depending on where you are. Looking at probably 5 to 6 p.m., this is going to become a bit of a nocturnal event. So I'm hoping it moves through, but we're still going to see rain from Wednesday afternoon until about midday on Thursday. It'll start to improve. Those of you on spring break going to the beach, high risk of rip currents tomorrow on the Atlantic coast. Flagler Beach going all the way up to Volano. Make sure you're very cautious. Watch for lifeguards. Pay attention to the flags. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings and you know what to do if that happens. Again, the rain is going to be a deluge of rain. You're going to get these storms.
Yes.
They're going to be training rains that's going to be coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. So you're looking at a chance of 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 inches of rain in certain flood-prone locations. Areas susceptible to flooding, US 301 in front of the courthouse, on the Motel 6. That stretch of road could be underwater. We'll keep an eye on that, keeping people up to date as well. Small craft advisory, if you're one of the boaters that likes to go out, expect a small craft advisory to be posted in effect for the Atlantic coast Wednesday into Wednesday night. Winds lessening off Thursday as that frontal boundary makes its way through. And, of course, we're still dealing with some river flooding on the Santa Fe River. Nothing directly for Bradford County because the Alligator Creek and the Sampson Rivers numbers are dropping. However, it's going to be curious to see what happens. Rain for the north Okefenokee Swamp, it does drain south.
Yes, it does.
Could impact us in 4 to 5 days. We're going to keep an eye on that. We'll let you know what's going on. But while we're going to get some rain tomorrow night, the weekend looks absolutely fabulous.
Yes,
you want to enjoy that as well.
All right, thanks, Michael, for that great weather report. Dave, final thought or final word for anybody? What's made about the show? Anything? Come visit Harry Business?
Yes.
There you go. CC, final thought, final word before we go?
We'll see you guys this weekend. You guys make sure to come.
All right. On behalf of myself, David Rogers, your host, Michael Heater sitting in for Byron Bagwell and Mitchell Gunner. CC Marie, co-host of On the Spot Motorsports with David Rogers, sitting in for Mitchell and Byron as well. Mr. Dave Holland producing the show. Thank you guys. God bless you. Remember one thing. If you want to be a productive American, please get out and work. You have to work to make America productive. Thank you guys. God bless you. We'll see you next Tuesday night.